What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Meraki here. I'm back from vacation and I have more videos for you guys. I have a couple lined up. I spent most of vacation unable to play, but I was brainstorming up a bunch of videos, coming up with stuff I thought you guys might like to see. So hopefully I have some good stuff in the works. And today I'm going to teach you why, in my opinion, you should never use zeroing in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the concept, I mean, hopefully you should be, but I know I personally have rarely used it, and some people might not know how it works if they haven't played other shooter games with zeroing. But essentially, you can change your zeroing by page up and page down. Going up will increase the distance at which your scope is calibrated at. For example, it says it's defaulted at 100 meters, which means wherever you're shooting is going to account for bullet drop up to 100 meters. And then if you hit it up once, it's going to go to 200 meters, which means wherever you're aiming, it's going to show you on the site where the bullet will go if it travels 200 meters. The middle of the site is going to be where the bullet will land at 200 meters, and so on and so forth. I believe it's set to 100 meters. At first, this didn't make sense to me. Like, why wouldn't it start at 0? I think 100 meters, there's no bullet drop. So it's basically saying this is the baseline, and at 200, it's going to start dropping. So hit that, it's where it's going to land at 200, 400, etc. And in my opinion, it's just not necessary in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's helpful in very few circumstances, and in those circumstances it's great, but I would highly encourage people to just learn instead of using and becoming dependent on zeroing. For one, it just takes too long. It takes too long to zero in the heat of a battle. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a very fast game. You're going to need to be able to adjust and aim on the go and on the fly. And really, you can't lose time zeroing, and in the situations where you can, you're better off just relying on aiming, because it's going to take time to open your map and see how far away people are, and that's only an estimation. And even then, you're probably giving people time to run one away. You're going to lose your shot, or you might get walked up on. You might get, caught in the act of setting up your shot, and I don't think PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a game where you have time to set up a shot and use zeroing. In addition, learning how to aim is just a good skill to have, and I think relying on zeroing rather than learning how to aim properly is not the route to go. It will benefit you in situations where you don't have time to zero, so why not start learning now? For example, if you take a look at the 4x scope, PUBG already has some things in the game on the site, visual indicators of how far the bullet's going to drop. Now, I believe that the PUBG ACOG site is linked up to what actual 4x scopes or actual ACOG scopes are like in real life. Basically, they have a scale, and the top one is the 100 meter mark, and then halfway down that little red arrow is 200 meters. The bottom of the red arrow is 300 meters, and then it goes 400, 500, 600, 700, and 800 meters on the black lines. So you can line up your target with those, and you're never going to have to rely on zeroing, and you'll be able to shoot a lot faster. But even then, I think I just recommend feeling it out. I often take a shot just based on where I feel like it'll land, and it's kind of something you can learn by muscle memory. I've hit a lot of shots from far away just by shooting the first one, and I'm usually on point, but if I'm not, I can adjust really easily. Well, one tip I have is to make sure you're holding down the left mouse after you shoot. That's gonna keep you from scoping out on those single shot guns, and gonna let you see where the bullet lands and help you adjust from there on. So I'd much rather you guys go take a shot and adjust from there, rather than relying on zeroing. Again, it has a time and a place. If you really think you have the time to set up the shot, go for it, zero. But I would get in the habit of not zeroing, just due to its inconsistencies and due to the fact that it's going to take time away from you as a player. So I hope this was a little insightful. I know I was toying around with the idea of learning how to zero really effectively, but I honestly don't think it's worth the time. And hopefully you guys agree with me. If you don't, of course, feel free to leave a comment saying why zeroing is great down below. Leave a like if this helped you out. Leave a dislike if you hated the video. Feel free to subscribe for more PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds content. Hit the bell if you want to stay notified. Check the description for more interesting stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Meraki. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed the video or enjoy my content and want to make sure you never miss an upload, make sure you click the bell next to the subscribe button down below. That way, you'll get a notification every time I upload. You won't miss anything. Hopefully, if YouTube does its job. Just click that bell, it takes a second, and you'll get a notification every time I upload. It would really mean a lot to me if you don't want to miss an upload.